What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome back to Out of the Darkness. This is Q. Hey, I was wanting to come on and talk to y'all. I'm not ever the one to say I told you so, but hey, I warned a lot of you guys that Joe Biden was going to be the worst thing to happen to the Second Amendment um, since Obama. He has made it very clear that he is the continuation or the third term of Obama, and whatever they were not able to get done, he is here to finish. Guys, this is a major, major issue. He came after the First Amendment day one of his presidency, and now it looks as though he is going after the Second Amendment. He told us he was going to do it, guys. I mean, there's no surprise about that, but he's coming hard. So, explaining it, I am a huge Second Amendment advocate. For those of you guys who know me, who have chatted with me, you guys know that. So here we go. So he is proposing for universal background checks. Now that sounds fantastic. Just like most things that Democrats say, it sounds like it makes sense, like it's common sense. Okay, but let's go further into it. There are already background checks. There's a national system. You can't just walk into a gun shop and buy a firearm and walk out with it. There is a background check. Now, every state is a little bit different. I know in the state of Minnesota, where I currently live, you have to have a permit to purchase, which you have to go to the sheriff's department in the county that you live in. They have to do an extensive background check, and then a few days later, you can get your permit. That's good for up to 1 year. Then you have to go do your NICS system, your background check, uh, and you may or may not be able to get the firearm depending on what type of background situation you're dealing with. But this false narrative that, oh, people can just go out and just buy a gun and go out, and no, that's not the way the system works. But then this universal background check system. So let's dive into that a little bit. So essentially, what Joe Biden wants to do is ensure that you cannot buy a firearm from a family member. You cannot buy a firearm from a neighbor. You cannot buy a firearm unless you go through this universal background check system. Now, that sounds interesting, and it sounds okay on the surface until you think about it. How could they possibly legislate that? How could they possibly regulate that? How could they determine whether or not I sold a firearm that I've owned for years to my brother or to someone else? The only way to do that is through what Obama was looking for, a gun registry, where every single firearm owned by every single person in the United States had to go into a registry to ensure that all those serial numbers were logged to the person who owned them. And the government would then have the right to come in and check periodically, randomly, to make sure that you still had possession of those firearms. If you did not, there would be questions and probably jail time following that, or result in losing your other firearms. Guys, the First Amendment goes first. The Second Amendment is the only way that you have to protect your First Amendment. That is the reason why there is a mad push to go after it. Protect your rights. Know your rights. I desperately, desperately beg you to pay attention to what's going on. Get the information out. Subscribe to channels like this one. I want you to make sure you guys like these videos, share these videos. People need to know the truth. They're not going to hear it in the mainstream media, y'all. So thank you so much for supporting. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll look forward to seeing you guys later. Take care. God bless.